Welcome back YouTube. We have Ahmed again from In-Depth Tech Reviews, and here's Google Apps Updates Roundup number 34. In this episode, I'm going to share with you 5 more Google apps that support Material You, in addition to 20 new features and changes. Just a quick reminder, all my wallpapers and Amazon affiliate links are in the description below. So without further ado, let's jump in. The first app I'm going to show you today is Google Messages, and as expected, everything is now matching the device theme, starting from the search bar at the top, the Start a Chat button here, which is also using a rectangular shape instead of a pill-shaped design like before. When you go inside your conversations, you will see the same change in the text input field and also the messages bubbles. And they are using different shades of the same color to visually differentiate between different items you have in your chat. Other than this, it works exactly the same as before, but I'm going to share with you one more feature in Google Messages later after finishing the Material You chapter. And here's how your conversation will look like in dark theme, your messages list, the Start Chat button, and the search. Next, Keep Notes. And here's how it looks after Material You. It matches pretty much the same design we saw in Messages, with the side menu also supporting Material You. The bottom navigation bar looks almost identical to the previous version with the same icons everywhere. The only two differences you will see is in the color and the rounded square plus button instead of the circular one. I wish it had new icons for the bottom navigation bar to give a fresh new look to the app, but this is how it looks for now. And when you tap on the search bar, now the filters are circular instead of using square shapes, and they also match the device theme, which wasn't the case before. I also spotted a new animation when I create a note on the newer version. So here I have the previous version on my Pixel 4a to show you the difference side by side. When I tap the plus button on my Pixel 5, the button will expand to fill the entire screen first, and then the new note will show up. But on my Pixel 4a, tapping the plus button will simply take you to another page without any animation. Similarly, when I go back on the Pixel 5, the same animation will take place in reverse, which is not the case also on my Pixel 4a. And here's how everything looks in dark theme: the bottom navigation bar, the search bar at the top, the side menu, and the search filters. But what's more exciting in Keep Notes is the new widgets. The first one you get will show the notes you have so you can scroll through them, and the tapping on any will take you to this note right away. And when you go back to your home screen, you will get this new animation which is linked to the widget you have on your home screen. On the side, there are 4 different shortcuts to create different types of notes: text, checklist, audio, and drawing. When it comes to the size, this is the shortest you can get. You cannot move any further, but you can make it as tall as the entire screen if you want. And when you change the width like this, all the shortcuts on the side will disappear and you will only get the plus button. But tapping on it in this case will not create a text note as expected. However, you will get the same shortcuts in an overlay menu, so you still have the same functionality in this size, which is a nice touch. And here's the smallest size you can get with this widget. The second one looks exactly the same as Google Drive widget, and it has 5 different shortcuts, while the one at the top has only 4. The extra one you get here is the photo note shortcut. Tapping on it will open the camera right away, so you can take a photo and add it to your note directly from the widget. And as we saw with Google Drive, when you change the size, it will change the style, and you have 3 different styles to choose from. With the smallest one, when you tap the plus button, you will get the same overlay menu I showed you earlier. One more thing worth mentioning here: when you add the note list for the first time to your home screen, it will ask you which Google account you want to link it with, and then you can choose between all notes, pinned notes, or reminders. And here's how they look in dark theme. Also, the buttons and the icons will use different colors based on their position on your home screen. The third app I have is Google Chrome. First, the top navigation bar now matches the device theme. You will see the same in the tabs preview page. The preview window itself has more rounded corners, and if it's highlighted, it will use a darker shade, and that's pretty much it. And here's how the top navigation bar looks in dark theme, and also the tabs preview page. App number 4 is Google One. Here I have the previous version on my Pixel 4a, and the first change: all the tabs at the top are now moved towards the bottom, and you will no longer be able to swipe between tabs like this in the newer version because everything is accessible from the bottom navigation bar now. You will also notice that the settings page has been removed entirely, and now there is a new hamburger menu at the top left corner. Tapping on it will give you access to the settings, your membership plans, help, and other options at the bottom. And when we take a look at the top bar, you will see the word Google One is written in a black color instead of using Google colors. The profile picture is also smaller in the newer version. Also, when you start scrolling, the app header will match your device theme and it will use the exact same color as the bottom navigation bar, which wasn't the case before. And finally, Google One now supports dark theme. So here I have both phones on dark theme, but the older version doesn't respond to the change while the newer version does. App number 5 is podcasts, and the first change is in the bottom navigation bar. First, it matches the device theme, and also every tab is labeled instead of only using icons. The only problem I see here is the white bar at the bottom, so I'm not sure why some apps have it and some apps don't. I can see the same white bar in the phone app, so I hope Google will provide a more consistent experience in the future. The second change is the small chip next to each episode that shows the duration is now using a rectangular design instead of a pill-shaped design like before. And with this new design, Google also pushed some extra features. The first one is the ability to mark any episode as played directly from your home feed by tapping the 3 dots and then choose Mark as Played. Previously, to do the same, you have to go to the Now Playing screen, then tap the 3 dots, and you will find the option right here. So it's now a little bit easier. Also, the Activity tab has been renamed to Library, and when you go inside now, you will see all the options in a list view. And instead of having tabs at the top that you can swipe through horizontally, so you can tap on each one and check the information you need. And by the way, the app still doesn't support dark theme. The last thing I wanted to show you in this chapter is related to the phone app. In my previous episode, I already showed you how it looks in Material View, but it seems like the search bar is different since then. First, it's wider than before and it fills the entire width of the app. There is more space now between the items, and also it has a rectangular shape instead of a pill-shaped design. And when you start scrolling, the items will be hidden under the search bar, which wasn't the case before. Also, the today and yesterday headers are now using a much smaller font. And now it's time for today's sponsor. This video is sponsored by cdkeyoffers.com. It's an online digital store that sells original Windows 10 and Office keys in a very discounted price. Not only this, but you can use my special promo code ID20 to get extra 20% discount. As you see, you can get yourself a Windows 10 OEM key for $15.55, which is insanely cheap. Please check the links in the description below. And now let's get back to the review. Now let's talk about the normal features, and I will start with Google Messages. Now when I try to share photos, every time I make a selection, it will put a number on top of it, which means now I can share my photos in a specific order, which is similar to iOS 15. I think this is a new feature that I didn't see before, but I'm not 100% sure. So if you have any information about this one, please leave me a comment. Next, Google Chrome. And finally, the long screenshot feature works in the stable version. In my previous episode, I showed you how it works only in Chrome Canary because it was broken in the stable version back then. But now the feature works perfectly well. So when I tap on the share button and then tap on long screenshot, I can complete the whole process and share my screenshot without any issues like this. And if you didn't watch my previous episode and you want to activate the feature, all you need to do is to go to Chrome and then colon 2// and then the word flags, and look for a flag here called Chrome Share Long Screenshots. Once activated, restart your Google Chrome and you will see the option in your share sheet. Next, Google Photos. And I found a new memory collection automatically created for me. It's called Hugs. As the name suggests, it will include the photos of hugs in your gallery, which is something I didn't see before. Google Photos also created for me a couple of new collages with different styles that I didn't see before, and here's the first one. It looks like a camera film. You can see the date of the photos on one side and the time of each one on the other side, which I think it looks very nice. And here's another one, which is new to me as well. Next, YouTube. And it got a new feature called Do More with Assistant. It's a new experimental feature only available for YouTube Premium users that I'm gonna show you how to activate later, but now let me show you how it works. So let's say you are searching for a movie. As an example, I'm gonna search for Irishman. Then I'm gonna play the movie trailer and expand the description. Here I have a new section called Do More with Assistant. The first card I have says Learn More about the Irishman. Tapping on this card will start my Google Assistant and it will show me all the information I need to know about this movie. I have another card here as well about the film director. You can also do the same with songs. So for example, I'm going to search for Eminem. I'm going to play one of his songs. And when I expand the description, I can learn more about Eminem if I want. I have here another card about the movie, so I can learn more about the movie itself, and so on and so forth. To activate the feature, head over to youtube.com/new and make sure you are signed in with your premium account. and look for Do More with Assistant and tap the Turn On button if it's not activated already. But keep in mind you can only try one experimental feature at a time. So for example, if you have picture-in-picture on iOS activated, you can only use one of them. Another feature I spotted in YouTube: when I start watching a video on my phone and then quit the app and completely stop playing, once I open YouTube on desktop, it will automatically show me the same exact video in a floating picture-in-picture window, so I can continue watching if I want, which is something I didn't see before. Next, Gboard. And now the Emoji Kitchen supports 16 new emojis that you can see now on the screen. And as an example, when you mix between a goat and bread, this is the new sticker it will create for you, so you can mix and match between them and get yourself some new funny stickers. The second change is related to minis, and if you are not familiar with this feature, it simply creates stickers based on how you look by taking a photo of yourself. Then the AI will create all these stickers for you that you can customize later if you want. But this feature will go away very soon, as shown here in this message, and as per 9 to 5 Google, it should be removed completely by the end of October 2021. Next, Google Meet. And now it supports video backgrounds. So here I have a meeting already active on my phone. When I tap on the preview window, I have a new option here called backgrounds. And it will give you plenty of backgrounds to choose from. As you see here, the list is very long. And by the way, this feature works on the web right now if you want to use it as well. Next, Chromecast with Google TV now supports the family broadcast feature. So for example, when you send a family broadcast using your Google Assistant, the audio message will be played on your Chromecast with Google TV. So let me show you how it works. Family broadcast.
What's the message?
Hey, anybody here?
Okay, broadcasting to home devices and family phones.
Family broadcast.
Hey, anybody here? And by the way, this feature doesn't work if your TV is turned off or you are watching anything. It only works if you are on the home screen or in ambient mode. But if you received a family broadcast while your TV is turned off, it will automatically play the message once you turn it back on. Also, I didn't get any visual feedback on the screen. However, it will only tell you that you have a new broadcast before playing the message. And keep in mind that this feature is only available on Chromecast with Google TV and it doesn't work on the previous versions of Chromecast. Next, the Google app. And if you are in the Discover feed, now when you tap on your profile picture, you will get this overlay menu. Previously, when you do the same, it will take you to the More page in the Google app instead. Both share pretty much the same options, but the newer version has one more item here called New Chrome Incognito tab, which doesn't exist in the previous version. Also, the Send Feedback and the Help items are now one item only called Help and Feedback. Other than this, they are exactly the same. And finally, when you open Google app, you will no longer see the More tab here at the bottom like the previous version. However, you can tap your profile picture and use the same overlay menu I showed you earlier. So that's pretty much it for today. Those are all the new changes I spotted in Google Apps in the last week of September. So I hope you like my video, and if you do, please hit the thumbs up and subscribe for more videos. Thank you for watching.